In the entire South African country, I've never met an individual that understands what YouTube is, and I've never met an individual that understands how to talk to young people, and an individual that understands how young people reason, an individual that understands what excites young people, an individual that understands how to make money on the YouTube platform like Macg. You can talk about all YouTubers that you can think of, other YouTubers that I respect, but when it comes to mastering all the things that I've mentioned, Macg is the #1 guy in the entire South African country. Whether you like that or you don't like that, it's neither here or there, because facts speak for itself. Nevertheless, I'm going to give you more about Macg and how he has turned YouTube into a business, how he started YouTube, and how he lived in an RDP house, having went for Metro FM, life took him down, and then now he's up again. We're gonna get into more details about that, provided that you are interested. Are you interested to get into this journey with me? Then if you are, then please stick around. To those that will stick around, guys, if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, good people, it is free of charge. And if you do that as well, it will help me, once this channel get into a certain level, maybe above 10k. So I don't want to be the presenter going forward. I want to hire people to do the videographer thing, the recording, and you know what I'm saying, the presenting itself. But I want to just sit behind the scene. Yeah, I'm so craving to sit behind the scene. So, but it is subject to how you guys grow this channel going forward. So if you keep subscribing, liking the video, comment in the comment section below, it also helps in terms of me hiring other people, because I just want to get into that. Oh, can't wait. But nevertheless, the subject of today's conversation is Macg. I want to, guys, there's no guy that I understand or that understands the essence of YouTube. A guy that understands how young people think. A guy that understands how to talk to young people like Macg. I've never met not even a single one. There's something we need to learn about podcast space. Podcast space, guys, is one of the most powerful things you can think of. It's one of the most powerful tools if you don't know. It's deadly in terms of finances itself. It's very deadly. There's more money to make on podcast than just on a mere video, in case you don't understand that. But there are also more ways to make money apart from the Google AdSense when you are on the podcast space. I'll show you. We're going to talk a lot about that. And how Macg himself have turned the podcasting thing into one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like, he have turned it into a business itself. The whole Macg podcast is a business on itself. A lot of you guys, maybe you wouldn't have noticed that, but wow, Macg podcast is a business on itself. There's a lot to talk about there, but let's first look into this quite exciting things. Macg, guys, Macg podcast is sitting on 693,000 subscribers, having uploaded just 726 videos. Okay, Macg, they have a t-shirt that you buy from Macg. Right. Macg's Instagram. How many followers does that guy have on Instagram alone? 255,000 followers on Instagram alone. I've never seen a guy that has mastered this thing here, YouTube, like Macg. Now, right, Macg is a certified influencer. You hate that or you like that, it's neither here or there. He's an influencer in all aspect or essence of it. If you want a post on Instagram, you hire Macg, he does a post for you. Macg, on the podcasting space alone, let's first explain the gogo revenue that you get to make on the YouTube AdSense alone. One, on YouTube wants people that create content that will keep people longer on the platform. If you create a content that has got a lot of people that do come back again, you know what it means. You are doing exactly what YouTube would have want you to do. Then YouTube will reward you for that. Quite interesting. Okay? What YouTube will do, if you create videos that are longer and you've got people watching those videos, then according to YouTube SEO, search optimization terms, your videos will be promoted and they will push them higher. You know what I'm saying? Higher on the YouTube search engine. You know what that means? It means that you can create a video about black coffee. Ne? Maybe 10 YouTubers talks about black coffee. Then you've got Macg who's talking about black coffee. This is interesting. People need to understand this. If YouTube puts the same videos in the same category, they will then look at the durability of the video and how long does people spend on each video. And then let's say mine is 5 minutes and then yours maybe is the longest video that talks about black coffee is 10 minutes. It's an example. And Macg, he's talking about black coffee, but his video is 1 hour or 45 minutes. YouTube is going to take the minutes that people spend watching that video. Let's say with Macg, since it's 45 minutes, probably people will watch maybe 20 minutes. Then YouTube is going to take that and measure us against all of that. If we can't beat that 20 minutes, that will mean Macg must be rated first, you know. But there are also other dynamics that rate you first on the YouTube algorithm in terms of SEO, search optimization engine. Now, what does that mean? The more you rank higher on YouTube in terms of YouTube search. So when we say YouTube search, and let's say somebody wants to know about black coffee, so they go to YouTube, then people that have spoken about black coffee will appear. People are most likely to click on the first top 10. Basically, the first person is the one that will benefit. So Macg is most likely to rate number 1. So even when people are searching about black coffee, Macg will appear first. I'm showing you the other way that Macg has mastered this thing called YouTube. But also the views. You find that Macg released a video today and you look at the video 5 days ago. Look at the one for Malema, for instance. In an interview he did it few days ago, but I think it's close to 1 million right now. So yeah, what a perfect example. So if you were to go to YouTube now and type Malema, rest assured, the person that is most likely to appear first is Macg's podcast. 1, the interview is long. 2, a lot of people have spent much of their time watching that video. You know, there's a lot that makes them rank higher. But now the benefit of ranking higher is here, is that when people search for that individual and you appear first and they click you. So it means that that's the more you get more views, that's the more you get more revenue. But here is another interesting part now when it comes to the revenue aspect of things. This is where it gets so much interesting as well. This means now people click more on Macg's podcast. But Macg has videos that are 1 hour long. And YouTube wants us to keep views longer on the YouTube space. This is how it helps. The moment you create a video that is 10 minutes longer on the YouTube platform, when it comes to advertisement, you have all you have unlocked all sorts of advertisement. A video that is 10 minutes longer, it unlocks all sorts of advertisement. But let's say a video is 1 hour longer, you must look at the advertisement that comes in between. You find that Macg can make 10K with just 2 days video. You know what I'm saying? Let's say for the one malema, for instance, it is 1 hour. I'm not sure about the minute, but if it's not close to an hour, it's above an hour. You find that it took him just a day to make 30,000 on that video because of the duration of the video. And now YouTube has got the access of putting the ads in between. You know what I'm saying? Another interesting thing before we jump into the next point, you see the benefit of running a podcast from Google revenues point of view. It creates more money than just a mere video because of its durability, and also what gives Macg the advantage is the type of people that is interviewing. It's celebrities, so he's talking about celebrities. A lot of people want to know about celebrities, but he has done it in a very interesting way because he's doing it in a podcasting space where you watch longer and then there's more ads in between. But also Macg himself says a very incredible information the other time. He says that he says YouTube there's no money, but I disagree with that because it depends how much you want. For Macg to say there's no money, he must tell us what is money according to him, because from what he's making, I mean guys, to be quite honest, we can't say there's no money from what he's making. You know what I'm saying? There's another interesting aspect of it. The other time he said the following interesting thing. He says YouTube use it as a billboard. Now what do you do on a billboard? On a billboard, you advertise different products. That's what Macg is doing. Not long ago, they created what we call it. If you join and you become a member of Macg podcast, you unlock what we call it an access to advertise your product free. You don't have to pay to advertise a product. So they created a platform where, if for instance, I'm about to release my book. I've revealed my secret. Yeah, so I will do something like that. So if I'm a member of that, I can advertise that for free. You know what I'm saying? They've created a platform for that. But also, Macg has created his own alcohol brand after YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So he first established YouTube. Then now he has created what we call it his own alcohol brand. You can find that brand at Micron. Now let me tell you something that you don't know about Macg. Macg has the name Macg has a lot of dignity and weight in it. Let me show you why. The other time I spoke to somebody that does, you see the ads that you see on YouTube, there are companies that will go to Google, they work with Google, so they tell Google that, okay, we want to advertise on this and this and this and that and that YouTube channel. So that guy was telling me that when they want to advertise, do you know who they will first look at in South Africa? Macg. So he told me that with Macg, their only problem is the language. You know, the F word that they constantly use. He says that's the only problem they have with Macg. But when it comes to them having to advertise, because you find that, let's say for instance, Huawei want to advertise their product on Google. They don't just go to Google straight. They find agencies that are working with Google to advertise those things. So they put ad for Huawei. So then they know all of us. They've got a list of all of us given by Google to say, I've got this YouTube. Even if you have got 2,000 subscribers, as long as you are monetized, they have a list. They know the type of content you are doing, and they understand the duration of how much time do people spend watching your videos. So now, once they have that information from Google, before they can place their ads, they select YouTube channels that they want their ads to appear on. The number one priority when it comes to that is Macg. That is what you didn't know, but I've met that guy. He explained to me why. But I also explained that their challenge is the language, and that's the only hindrance. when they sit down as an advertisement agency, as they want to place it, it's just the language. If he can change the language, F word, and not use certain words there, he says, you will find a lot of ads in Macg. What does that tell you? Macg is also an influencer on Instagram. We can't deny that. 255,000 followers on Instagram. But also Macg has created a brand where everyone in this country knows Macg. They know the podcast. You like that, you disagree with his opinion, or you agree, it's neither here or there. The fact is, there is no guy that understands what YouTube is all about. He is not relying on the Google AdSense to make money, but he's creating product under his the thing, a podcast and chill with Macg. He's doing a lot to make it the greatest thing you have ever seen. How many things that you get there? There's LGBTQ show, there's women's show, there's a lot of things. There are a lot of things that run under that one thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that run under just one thing. Guys, there's a lot to learn from Macg. If you are an aspiring a person that understands how the internet works, for me, guys, from where I'm standing, I learn a lot, and I will tell you this free. I'm no longer watching most of YouTube channels, gossip, whatever. I watch few of them. I've scaled down. These days I'm prioritizing on podcast, because there's more information in podcast than just these gossip channels. I'm learning on how to master these things. Guess what? There's another podcast that I'm going to talk about. In fact, there are two podcasts that I'm going to talk about not shortly. It is DJ Sbu, and also it is Gululego and Culture. Guys, those guys are doing exceptionally well. There's a lot to learn from the podcasting space in terms of how to grow YouTube as a brand, how to become the best version of yourself, and how to choose a niche. It's things that you learn from YouTube. Now I understand that here the advantages that I have here is in this YouTube channel. I've learned from podcasts in terms of, okay, this thing will give me more money. Look, guys, there's a lot to learn about YouTube, and a lot of you guys don't understand that you can start a YouTube, and once you've started that YouTube channel, you grow it to a certain level. You can sell it, some of it $500,000. Some of your channels worth $500,000, but you're not aware of that. Some of your channels, guys, it doesn't matter whether it has got 10,000 subscribers. Some of your channel, guys, worth 100,000 rand. But those things, guys, is something that you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand also when to sell the channel, because some of you guys will just decide, I'm no longer want to post. But if you see that you don't want the channel, sell it. You can make a huge amount of money just by selling the channel. You know what I'm saying? But understand the niche as well. So there's a lot to learn from the likes of Macg. One of the greatest things that I've learned from Macg is that you must first establish an audience. And once you've established an audience, once you've got people that are following you, you must look at Macg. How many people are members of the podcast and chill, for instance? So he not only makes money from the Google revenue, but he makes money from the people that contribute to Macg. He himself, he said it, that even though the endorsements and the deals are gone, he's being maintained by the money that he's getting from the people who clicked the join button and become the member, and they are paying certain amount of money every month. Those people, he says, he makes enough money to sustain his lifestyle out of such people. That tells you that then he created an audience, he added value to the people, so much so that they saw it fit that it is okay for them to support Macg at what he was doing, to a point that they gave him money for that. Now there are two ways he makes money. One, it's the Google revenue. Two, it's the join button, where people become the member of this YouTube channel and pay certain amount. Three, he is an Instagram guru. He is an Instagram influencer. 255,000 followers. 4, he's got his own brand, alcohol brand. 5, you can buy podcast and chill t-shirts That's how he also makes money. 6, it is that thing where you can advertise anything. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Macg and advertise a product apart from that Google AdSense. Guys, there's a lot, and he taught me personally when I was listening to him in the podcast called The Hustler's Corner with DJ Sbu, where he was saying use YouTube as a billboard. Do you know what it means to say use YouTube as a billboard? It means build an audience. Once you have built an audience, this is what you then do. You then say, what is it that I can sell to this audience apart from just continuously creating a content? You know what I'm saying? Now that I've got people who are following me, what is it that I can sell to those people? I always say to people, I used to work as a house agent. They would give me, what was the commission? I think it was around 5% or 10%. I'm not sure. I think it's around 7%, between there, 5%. So say for instance, every successful purchase of a house will give me 5%. You know, for instance, some agents, some house companies, they will give you more than that. You know what I'm saying? But let's calculate 5% and say I sell a house for 500,000 and minus 5%. That's my commission. You can take that and sell such things on YouTube because you've got an audience. So every time a person watch your channel and they want to buy a house, they will call you. You leave your numbers, they will call you. That's how you just make sales. So what I'm saying is convert your audience into sales. Find something that you can sell. You know what I'm saying? Create things such as an online product where if you know how to manufacture soap, then you sell that product. People click, buy that product, click to a certain link, and they go to your website, they buy that product, they create, they know now how to create, so how to make soap, and then you sell that, how to make candles, you name it, whatever thing, knowledge that you have, you can sell it. That's what I've learned from Podcast and Chill, to say you use that as a billboard. You find people that have got companies whom they want to sell their product to a certain audience. They advertise their product to you. Look, okay, we'll talk about DJ Sbu at a time. I'll show you how that is being done by DJ Sbu as well. So I'm saying to you, you can find a small person, a small business in your location where they need an exposure. Maybe they are selling a product, like there's another guy that I'm talking to right now. He's selling shoes, Nike, Adidas, and all the stuff. He's delivering nationwide. So I want to sell his product because I've got other YouTube channels. The problem here is that I need to find a way to say, if people click the link via me, I need to make sure that, okay, you know, I'm able to calculate that, oh, the people that purchased 1, 2, and 3, they came from me, then I need to commission for that. But I'm saying we need to find ways of monetizing the very same audience, because we are monetized by Google, but we need to make sure that we monetize more, we make more out of that. And as long as we understand that, you find that you live more comfortable lifestyle because of the money you make outside just Google revenue. Because if you want Google revenue, guys, you need to work extra hard. But if you find companies that you can sell their product online and make commission out of it, then you find that probably in just a month you have made 50k, because maybe you've got 5 companies that you are working with, you are selling their product online, people are calling, they want that order, and then you easily deliver. So those are the things that I've learned from Macg, to say use YouTube as a billboard. You know, in a billboard we advertise. There's only one reason a billboard exists, is for you to advertise your product. So find people, advertise their product on your YouTube channel. Don't just wait for Google to give you that Google AdSense, Google AdSense revenue. No. Find creative ways. Once you've got an audience, find ways of making money, so much so that you can have a very good lifestyle out of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I want you to tell me what you've learned about Macg. Get into the comment section below. Let the conversation begin right now, right here.